In a previous Toronto real estate market update, I did make this declaration that the Toronto downtown condo market is slowly actually separating. In today's video, yet another weekly condo market update. We're going to go through some condo numbers, news, and items. Let's get to it. Hello everyone, this is Sam from SaberiSixRealEstate and Remax Realtron Realty Inc. back with another video for you guys here today. As always, you can find my contact information in the description box with regards to my Gmail, my Instagram, and my office. Feel free to go find that contact info, get in touch with me with any questions you may have with regards to any topics covered in this video, any topics covered in previous videos, or generally if you have any general inquiries with the Toronto/GTA real estate market at large. And also, if you happen to enjoy these videos, feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. Your support in that regard, in terms of a subscription and a like, is much appreciated. But as I always say, you're not obliged to do so whatsoever. Feel free not to subscribe, not to comment, not to review. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get to the point of today's video, which is a couple of items we're going to cover in this weekly condo market update, yet another edition. Off the bat, let's talk about new condos in the city of Toronto. The benchmark price has hit $1 million. What does that necessarily mean? According to BILD, which publishes a lot of studies and numbers with regards to new condominiums. So these are pre-cons we're talking about, condominiums not yet constructed or in the middle of construction. We're not talking about the resale market. According to BILD, the price of condominiums in the city of Toronto for the month of July 2021 was at $1,091,000. This represents a 9% increase year over year. Now, just to be clear, this is not the price for condominiums at large, just new condominiums, right? We're not accounting for resale market, which makes up the large portion of the condominium market. I mean, most of the inventory is in the resale portion of the market. Most of the numbers that a real estate agent talk about, House Sigma, Strata, whatever website source you want to use, most often talk about the resale portion of the market, unless otherwise explicitly stated that they're talking about new condos. So this is not to say that the price of condominiums in Toronto are at $1,091,000. It's just the price of new condos. Even some new condos trickle into the resale market. A lot of assignments are in the gray area where they're not technically new condos yet. At the same time, they're not technically resale because they haven't closed yet their sale gets recorded under the resale portion of the market. If you're not familiar with what assignments are, feel free to go watch that video. But in a very short explanation, an assignment in this context of condominiums, talking about new condominiums, is when you purchase a condominium unit from a builder. However, yet before you close with the builder, you assign your contract. That means the right to purchase that unit to another individual. This usually occurs anywhere from 2 years out to a month out. After it closes, then that condominium unit will enter the resale market. But since there are assignments that are advertised on MLS systems and a lot of other real estate bulletin boards and boards in general, assignments, their sale get accounted for under the resale portion of the market. And this is why you always have to take a close look at the numbers, because sometimes numbers from one category end up trickling into another category. This benchmark price shows a real strong interest in pre-cons at this current moment in time, and the rising prices of pre-cons. Compared to the median prices of the resale market, once again, the market that most people deal with, if you're not buying a pre-con, you're not dealing with new condos, which that benchmark price was referring to. The stats for the resale market in the same period in July of 2021, we see a far cheaper price. In terms of the median sold price in the month of July for Toronto condominiums, wherein the median sold price for resale condominiums in Toronto Central, so not accounting for anything north of Eglinton, pretty much just downtown Midtown was $690,000. That is the median sold price of Toronto condominiums, in contradistinction to the $1 million point we were talking about for new condos, as the BILD report indicated. Now, if we want to take account for North York, which that $690,000 median price I just stated did not account for North York, portions of Toronto. North York by in itself, the median price of North York was at $615,000 in the month of July 2021. Now, later in the second segment of this video, I'm going to go through condo prices for downtown Toronto by bedroom number. But before we get into that, insofar as we're looking at these numbers show us two different things. First and foremost, yet another indication that new condos are not cheaper. Pre-con condos are not cheaper. We're talking about a benchmark of $1 million compared to a median of $690,000 for Central Toronto, excluding North York, and a median of $615,000 for just North York. So if you see publications stating new Toronto condos, price of $1 million, or real estate agents out there saying, look how high the prices of condos have gone, new condos. Most often when people read the word new, they just assume resale condominiums that are just new, that are just part of new buildings, newer buildings aged anywhere from a year to 2 years to 3 years. Even those buildings are not new, right? They're resale. When they say new in this regard, they're literally referring to condominiums that are purchased at a pre-con level. This is why I'm trying to illustrate the disparity of prices between what's in the resale market in July versus what was at the new condo level according to BILD, which is, once again, we're looking at the pre-con market there. Another thing this median of 690 indicates is the softening of the market, wherein in March and in April it was around $700,000 to $696,000 in terms of the median for Toronto Central, and the market has been softening for condominiums, at least at a glance of just Toronto Central or maybe just Toronto. Now, this is a natural segue to the latter portions of this video, which is the downtown Toronto condo prices, both in terms of average and median by bedroom number. It's natural because although the median has been steadily declining for Toronto at large, when we look at just downtown, prices there on a monthly basis have been somewhat the inverse of the city of Toronto, meaning when the city of Toronto is up, the downtown prices were down. Yet in the following month, when year over year, Toronto condo prices at a central level were down, the downtown portion of the market was up. In a previous Toronto real estate market update, I did make this declaration that the Toronto downtown condo market is slowly actually separating itself a bit. Not to say it's going to operate wholly outside of the trends that apply at the entirety of the GTA, but it is becoming its own independent market where trends there don't necessarily correspond to trends to the rest of the GTA, at least not 10 times out of 10. More often than not, yes, because at the end of the day, it still is the same city, but the downtown market is slowly separating itself. And speaking of that, let's go through these numbers. Once again, the average sold price and the median sold price by bedroom number. For one bedroom condominiums in downtown Toronto in the month of July, in terms of average sold price, and just to be clear, this is C1. We're not looking at C8, just C1. Obviously, C8 and C2 are still downtown as well. The average sold price was $630,000. And when we look at the median, is around $630,000 as well. This really shows us that there is a very balanced market with regards to one bedroom condominiums. At least that was the case in July of 2021, where the variance of the highest sold and the lowest sold is actually not all that much, and the list is pretty compact. The range of data, that is, in terms of the range of sold prices, is pretty compact. When we look at the 1+1, so the number I just illustrated for one bedroom condominiums did not include condominiums that were sold of the 1+1 variety. When we look at the average sold price of the 1+1 in downtown Toronto, according to the Toronto condo market in July of 2021, we see an average of $749,000. and a median of $717,000. Now, in my private practice as a real estate agent and in previous videos, I have stated that I believe the demand for 1+1s will be the most. And I stated this all the way early as mid-July. And it's coming to fruition. Obviously, I'm not just going based upon the price. As you can see, the price of a 1+1 is higher than the price of just a 1-bedroom condo, both in terms of average and median. In terms of my daily practice as a real estate agent, what people want, what people are listing for, what people are asking for, and when I take a look at the days on market numbers and all the other various different types of numbers, 1+1s, especially in a situation where a lot of people now have to return to downtown Toronto for purchase and sale due to the offices opening again, 1+1s are actually way more in demand than what I'm about to talk about, which is 2 bedrooms right now. That's not to say they're more expensive to 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms are still obviously more expensive, but in terms of what is in demand and what buyers are looking for the most and what inventory is available the most, it's 1+1. But moving forward to 2 bedrooms, we see the average sold price for downtown Toronto condos in the month of July of the 2-bedroom variety is $997,000, wherein the median stands at $865,000. When you look at 2-bedroom condos in downtown Toronto, there's actually a vast variance in terms of square footage, more than any other bedroom number, if you want to break it down by that category. The difference between the largest 1+1 and the smallest 1+1 you'll find in downtown can be substantial, but the difference between the largest and most expensive and most luxurious 2-bedroom condominium in downtown Toronto versus the smallest and more economic 2-bedroom downtown Toronto condo is far more. And then finishing off with 2+1s, once again, the 2-bedroom condo numbers I just gave you did not account for condominiums that had a +1 that were also 2 bedrooms, much like the 1 bedrooms. So with 2+1, the average sold price in downtown Toronto in July of 2021 was 1.176, and the median was right at $1 million in terms of the sold prices. Anyways, that is it for today's video. As always, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, comment, rate, and review. If any questions arise, feel free to ask me. You can find my contact info in the description box with regards to my Gmail, my Instagram, and my office. You can also feel free to ask your questions in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay tuned. Thank you.